Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday evening, so I thought I'd get a couple of hours hopefully with all of you when you tune in with Captain of Industry. If you've checked out the previous streams, we've recently come away from the supermarket simulator episode which we did a couple of days ago, and the last Captain of Industry was probably earlier on this week. There is a couple of updates in the game. The update log has flashed up but unfortunately disappeared, so a couple of tweaks, bug fixes, that type of thing, as well as a few tweaks such as the navigation overlay being tweaked around stuck trucks and that sort of thing. In the last stream we had a bit of an issue where I was going to show you, or at least try and show you, the ore sorting facility. However, we couldn't find it, but I've done some digging and hopefully I will find it to show you how that works, and hopefully we can look into that. So without further ado, let's jump in. So here we are, and again, if you haven't seen any of the previous streams or previous episodes, just a bit of a run through. Again, Captain of Industry, it's all about a island sort of industry. I would describe it almost as a Factorio automation type game. We landed with very, very little resource, and ultimately we have made a bit of an empire. Obviously nowhere near where we'd like to be in terms of manufacturing processes, but again, it's fair to say that we have started pretty much from nothing all the way through to having some production facilities. So again, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos or streams, please check that out. And before we jump into the game, if I could be really cheeky, please can you have a like. If you don't like the video, simply take it back, not a problem. But if you just leave it there for the time being, that'd be really great. Help me out, help the channel out, and then hopefully we can grow forward as we move forward. So without further ado, as I say, let's have a bit of a run through. So before we unpause the game, I'm going to try and look on the custom difficulty page, because apparently this is where we're able to unlock the sorting facility, and I think is this one just here, look. So if we enable that one, save. So as previously alluded to, once you change any of these settings, we're unable to revert that for a minimum of 10 years in-game time. So we'll just click OK on that one and apply. And then let's see where this facility is, because as I say, I've never played with it before, although I've done a bit of digging on how it works, etc. Can't see it just yet. And there we are. So the ore sorting plant. Now how this works, if you've never played the game before, is our ore facilities. At the minute we've got a number of ore / mining control towers. We've got our iron ore over here, copper ore over there, coal over there, and then we've got a bit of sort of ad hoc mining, which is our dirt pile just here. As you can see, it's somewhat mined out already. We've got a bit of a sand mining facility area here, as well as another mining area just set up over here. So at the minute, and limestone over here as well. But at the minute, what happens is we've set the priority here to limestone. So these trucks are clearly full with limestone. However, if they have other items that aren't limestone, they have to go all the way over here to either dump it, or for example with like the iron ore, because there's a mixture of iron ore, rocks, dirt, and possibly sand, the trucks then have to go all the way over to wherever we've set the dump. With this plant, you can do a number of things with it and set up different stockpiles, which again is good, but I'm conscious that perhaps we need to sort of centralize that, and as the sand over here, and here, we are using the sand that side of town, so I don't really see much point having the ore sorting plant sort of there. The more persistent type of ore is pretty much these three, so I am going to look at setting something up over here. And how this works is the trucks will bring various items here. We can sort, say, coal, iron ore, so we're essentially at this point selecting what we want to sort. Sand, rock and dirt. So there we are. So as you can see, there's only 4 ports at this point, but again we can go on to separate those further utilizing the belt network and sorters, so it's not too much of an issue. So the important button here is the reject single loads. So how that works is that will prevent any truck from automatically dumping in this facility. So an example being, if an ore truck over here is full with 20 iron ore, if you don't select that, what will happen is that truck regardless will bring it all the way over here just to run through the plant. Now again, if you've got a full truck, whether that's 20 or 80 or whatever size truck that you've got, what you'll find is that's coming all the way over here to dump it, whereas it could have gone from the iron ore mine straight to our bin over there. So we'll see it's clearly inefficient to have it brought all the way over here to run through the ore sorting plant to then go into the buckets, which we'll then look to build in a second. So my advice would be always have that selected, just to prevent this from backing up, but then also causing the inefficiencies from the other trucks coming all the way over here just to take it all the way back. So I think what I'll look to do is we will set up a basic sort of setup, perhaps something like 1, 2. In fact, I'm not. What I'm going to do is we'll get rid of that and we'll go straight to, if I can find them, storage, going the wrong way, loose storage. So we can say have one of those like that, another one there, and what I'll look to do is have the U-shape conveyor, find the sorter there, and we can have that like so, and then we extend from there onto that one. So already that turns that outlet into 2 sorting facilities. And again, we can just duplicate that on the other side. And then we'll just copy that there, flip. And again, we'll copy that and flip. There we go. So that will start outputting into those bins. So we can have two separate belts off one output. And again, we can just extend that down there. That there also. And then almost a similar looking thing like that. Wherever our capacity allows. Something like that. And we'll flip it there. So I've obviously not set up our sorters just yet. But what we can do here is, if you really needed to, you could almost set the bespoke routing. So for example, coal is on this conveyor belt or output A. If you wanted to, you could select that to, I don't know, say D, which then will put it on there. So we'll just double up on these outputs here. So we can say coal and there we go, coal coal and rock, I think, yeah. So there we can go rock, here we can go coal, and already I will set that empty because we want to keep that empty as much as we can. And then what's on that belt there? So sand and dirt. So again, sand on that one, say, and dirt there. And again, we want to try and keep those. Sand we can keep low. The dirt we might want to just top up a little bit more. And then we've got limestone and iron ore. So iron ore on that one, limestone there, and then we want to store limestone. And iron ore empty on that one, and do that there as well. So we want to store iron ore there, and what do we say in there? Rock. So rock. Sand on that one. So there we are. So it is quite a straightforward sort of process, and it is quite resource intensive in that it requires 6 people with 100 power remit, if you like. So we'll get that underway and we'll unpause. Pickup has no sorting plant for mixed cargo. Right, let's see how this works. So if we follow this truck here then. And there we go, it's already underway. So you see, this is almost like the hopper. The animations are that it follows out into the conveyor, some sort of sorting facility there, up the other conveyor, through almost a trommel looking thing device, and into these essentially what are silos. Now at the minute that's just going to start building up, and the facility itself has a capacity of 360 per specific ore resource, or whatever you want to call it. And as we already know, we're going to implement these belts construction. I'm just going to do it with the U key. Bang, bang, bang. Get it all built, why not? So already that should start to make a bit of an impact on the efficiency of all the trucks, because they should by default now be coming here as opposed to having to drop two iron ore off, say there, a bit of dirt or rubbish or rock or whatever over here, to then perhaps deliver some sand all the way over there. This will give almost like a central holding point for various resources. And then in the case of any trucks over here being loaded up completely with iron ore, and I'll try and find an example. So here, for example, this is now 20. So what should happen at the minute, that's going to go all the way over here to fill up on diesel. And then what I expect to happen is this truck, once full with diesel, should then go over to the iron ore bucket depot, whatever you want to call it, over there. And let's just speed up some time and see how it goes. And as if by magic, there we are. So again, we will slow down the time. We do have a slight issue with the amount of food supply, but again, we'll just monitor that for the time being. Brilliant. So our glass supply should be rather good. And again then, so if you haven't watched certainly more so the previous episode, we had done quite a bit of work to unlock the tier 2 vehicles, which consist of the medium-sized truck and the medium-sized excavator. So their capacity is much more than the usual trucks. So for example, here is a medium truck, generally has a capacity of 60, I think it is, whereas in the blue smaller trucks are 20. What have we got paused over here? That was vehicle parts, wasn't it? So let's get that underway once more. And again, as previously alluded to in the other episodes, I think we will at some point soon have to expand our production of iron, just because it's not sustainable with the amount of stuff we've got coming or relying on the iron. So that shouldn't be too problematic, because we can keep everything here we can just convert this to, well, not convert it as such, but we can just perhaps have another couple of iron casters here, and we can just simply relocate the steel production. I think I was considering moving the concrete plant as well. Where's the overlay function? Just there. Yes, that's sand and rock just here. There is obviously a bit of iron ore, which is shown by these red bars over there. So I don't want to ingress too much this way and encroach. So we can see what we can do. So we'll grant some permissions there for the tree harvester just to mine all this area here, because again from the layer function I did notice that all of our coal is also hidden under this area, so we're going to have to sort of excavate that all out. Pickup has no compatible sorting plant for mixed cargo. That presumably is because we're going to have some dirt in there. Yeah. Okay. Suppose what we could do, but again this is where we've got to be careful, because if we put the iron ore, not the iron ore, the copper ore to be delivered and / sorted here, the trucks are coming all the way down here to essentially pick it back up to take it there, so it's not necessarily the most efficient for the copper ore, but again we can just monitor that. My main concern is what we're looking to do with this dirt. Alright, we are getting slightly busy again with the trucks, so we'll get another, I'm going to call them yellow trucks as opposed to tier 2. We'll go with the yellow truck. So the recycling plant clearly is churning bits and bobs out still, which is good. Right, we've got no water then by the looks of that. Can't be right. No. Wastewater's full. And I'm hopefully going to assume then that's because our trucks are full. We'll send our ship out to see somewhere new in the world. Ship is too damaged. Now again, I'm not going to make that fundamental mistake. It's a good job I didn't, because we've got no iron there anyway. Okay. Tree harvester is done. Let's get some more research underway. I've got no real pressing priority for research at the minute, so we'll just get a few bits added. Yeah, so we could, in theory, turn that into How much do these produce? 24. So it could give us another 24, 48. I think that's more... Yeah, that's probably going to be a bit more beneficial. Okay, let's do that then, I think. So we will... We can demolish this. And also that. So again, this pipe here can also be disposed, as well as the chimney stack there. What on earth is going on? Come and copy. That was always going to be the case, wasn't it? So what we will do is we'll get another one put in there. Bang, bang. And then we'll just extend that conveyor belt onto that one if we're allowed. Yeah, I don't think that's going to like that, is it? So let's go from there onto that one like that. That'll work. That's not what I wanted to do. Just for the time being, put that back in. Brill. So that should at least give us another 12. And then once we switch that on to producing iron, again we'll be able to utilise those two. So we don't want that there, nor do we want the pipe work. Fucking hell. Pickup has no compatible sorting. What's in the back of these things? Is it still the dirt? Hello Shrub, how are you? So hopefully the dirt will be exported to make some room. And then I think it's about time we look at some sort of food contingency. Where we're going to perhaps put that, I'm thinking somewhere over here. Yeah, not too bad, thank you, Shrub. Hope you're having a good evening. Right, it's not going to fit in there, which is a real shame. Likewise, not there. Clearly didn't plan this very well. Right, if we perhaps then clear some of those trees there, we can put another farm both there and there. I think that'll work. Let's do that. Let's just cancel the tree harvester there. And we'll pop it just there. Brilliant, let's look how that's going to go. Low food supplies, yes. What's going on there? Okay, so it's our iron ore. Let's upgrade that one. Brilliant. So in terms of the tree harvester then, it's not something that I generally upgrade straight away. I don't really see much value in doing that. Do you design thumbnails then, Shrub? Yeah, could just do with separating this out slightly. Yeah, have you played Captain of Industry before, Shrub? Now we're doing for our coal. Loading up nicely. Alright, is that iron stocking up? Loosely. We'll get the conveyor belt up and running. We can connect it similar to, what do we do over there? One down. On like that. I'm not going to connect that just yet, otherwise it will start sending the copper this way. we do need to decide what and how we're going to lay this out over here. So for the time being, we will just pause that. Right, let's move. I don't want to separate the copper too much from the electronics area, which is obviously this bit here. So where's the water? Let's go into layers. So we've got water coverage over here. Yeah, let's do that. I think we'll put the water over here somewhere. In relation to what I do otherwise, Shrub, like I say, I just play some games, have some good times with good friends. How about yourself? Copy the tower. You never know, we may be able to get away with... Could be tight. I don't think we'll get it over there. I'm trying to do the best I can do without having to totally dismantle everything. Definitely the pump will be good over there. Is that on the edge? Yeah, literally just... I suppose we could look to move that somewhere up there. The pipe I find's easy to route because at the minute all we'd have to do is reposition that and potentially that, and then we can have another blast furnace situated somewhere there to still bring the aluminium down. That's always an option. I think that would work. Let's try that then, shall we? Construction parts, yeah, we've got plenty. Ah, so you're looking for a part-time job and preparing for Masters in Computer Science. Very interesting. What part of the world are you from, Shrub? Let's get that moved out of the way, come on. Hurry up, come on. There we go. Right, so that's that move. We'll get another one of these somewhere like so. However, we may have to move that over just for the chimney. Do that there. Get rid of that one. There we go, like that, and we'll from India. Very good. What part? Right, hopefully that, can we squeeze that in? We could if we pop that just there, I think. Pipe there, delete, delete. Brilliant. Okay, so hopefully that should give us a bit of space to squeeze that in just there, and then we can get our molten channel hopefully straight under there. That one will cut and flip. So we'll bring the conveyor belt around there and hopefully connect that one like so. I'm okay for the minute, Shrub, thank you. And that way we won't then need to use as much construction parts in setting all of this up. And we'll just get rid of that bit there and bring in the flat conveyor belt. Come on. There, something like that. We can unpause that belt. And we'll connect that onto that one. And then what we do need is another storage. We'll go for a large one. On there like so. fact, I just realised fundamental error. Stop. It's the arc furnace it needs first, isn't it? Gone blast with oxygen. Bang, like that. The issue we will have right, let's get rid of the sorter. Fucking hell. So, hello all watching on YouTube, hope you're well.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, go upstairs, baby. So that is really, really frustrating. Around that, unless I can. I suppose I could try and flip it. No, that's what we'll do. We'll get rid of that, it's not needed. Remove. Budge that up. Right, so that will be all functioning, and then we're just somehow gonna have to squeeze in perhaps just like so. So we'll go 2 back there, drop that back down there. So there we are. Anyone would say that was almost planned, eh? Conveyor belt on that one. I'm just hoping the water will allow us to go over there, something like that. Which indeed it will. So therefore we can get rid of that for the time being. There we go. Keep that empty. We don't want that piling up. we're going to get the water up and running as well as that little bit. So it looks as though we're just keeping on top of that's frustrating. There we go. So hopefully now that'll flow through. And hopefully will help out with the iron. We'll get the pipe built there and there. And that little bit also. And we'll get this little molten. Oh no! What is going on? Molten, is it the wrong way around? It is. Ooh. So yeah, that is going to be frustrating then. Because I'm not going to have the room. Right, okay, here's what it is. Let's get rid of that and that. Alright, so the oxygen maker thingy bob. We shall flip that so we've got the ports on the right way around. Molten channel there. Pipe there. That we'll get rid of. Empty now. Gone. We can connect that there. We can go pipe onto there, onto there, and trim that bit there. Keep it tight, just so there's a bit of gap there should we ever need it. Quick remove. Molten channel. And then we'll get this fed with some coal. Trying to think how this is going to be done. I don't think we'll be able to go this way, will we? Oh. There we go. A little unorthodox, but it'll work. Just because I didn't really want to extend it this way, otherwise we'll have an issue with both of these pipes, or conveyor belts I should say. No staff. Darn. Okay, let's get that lighthouse underway. So we have got the food save element on. Can't afford growth boost just yet, so we'll let that go. Right, stick a pause there. Okay, that is a little bit more reassuring, because I thought it was initially going to be that it was because of the ore sorter, but it's not. It's just simply because we've got no mineable terrain. So pickup has no compatible sorting. Okay, no copper ore. In fact, let's just check. Is that the case? No. It's because of the dirt over here. Well, presumably at least. Let's add copper ore, see if that changes anything. We'll do copper ore there. Need to make sure it's on the right belt. I think it's ABC. Will you come in? What's going on? Enough workers, yes I know. Low food supply, yes I know. Yes and yes. Well, let's just empty these. Research is finished. We'll go with organic fertilizer as well as corn farming. Hello for those watching on Twitch, I hope you're well. Brill, so hopefully they will start to load up the copper. Where are you going? Yeah, okay, so that should start to fill up nicely. Get the coal excavated there. Clear those notifications. Ideal. Right, you're out of mining area. Let's just clear all that so I can see what I'm doing. And I think we'll just follow that path there. And just mine that also, as well as that little bit. So if you are watching on Twitch, by all means, pop a comment in. Let me know what you're up to, what your interests are. What's our iron situation looking like? Not good because of the coal. Right, let's get that set up to higher priority. Because we cannot end today with another death spiral. It's simply not good. Right, so this is what I was saying earlier on about the sorting. The copper ore has now essentially clogged up the sorting machine, so we need to get that underway. But the difficulty we're going to have is that because we've got no coal, it's not going to work. Oh, yes. So the coal needs to start coming out thick and fast. Hopefully you're going to take it over there, which you are. Brill. And I'm going to start getting a few more tier 2 trucks underway. That should just help out. Although we've got no workers at the minute. I'm going to release a couple of those trucks there. Right, I think I'm going to have to look at building another one of those just so we can get the ore facility underway once more. And there we go. I want to turn off truck imports. We don't want any truck imports on here. There we go. That should all be off and remain off now. So perhaps should have done that at the beginning, but there we are. Well, I should keep that moving nicely. also moving nicely too. This is where we need to do the maths around it all. So that's going to take 9. Fucking hell! That's it. So the coal is moving that end, which is good. Right. What I'll do is I will take off the crew for the time being to get some more workers back. Just we're almost out of steel there, so we'll get all this up and running. Oh, I've done it again. That's the wrong one. What we needed to put down is the cooled caster. It's almost as though someone doesn't want this down here, isn't it? Come on, out of the way. Try again. Right, caster there. We can then molten channel that bit. We'll go pipe to pipe. There we go, something like that. That should work. Alright, so that produces 18, and 24. Oh, that pipe should be at capacity now, I think. Bro, so that should be steel sorted now. Got everything connected up as far as I can see. Now overcrowding, crikey. copy. I'm going to put one there. We'll get that underway. That will then cause us some issues with food. So let's pause that one for the time being. Right. These trees need to go ASAP. And what I have just realised is, so that's making 24. That's consuming 24. Okay, so that does require 1-to-1. Here, not so. So let's delete that. Molten channel that way. Onto that one. Get rid of that one and that one, because that is going to be fed from that one. So this one feeds those two, this one feeds these two. This next one, it's obviously not going to look the neatest, but again, it is what it is. That is the frustrating thing with this game, how it doesn't finish these corners off correctly. But there we go. So what we're going to need to do now that one becomes there, so we are going to need another copper there. That one then connecting on to say that one. We can we'll delete that after there. And go molten channel onto that one. That one on there. And then, once that's finished, we'll remove that. Quick remove, conveyor belt, that there. So that should sort out the iron issue, hopefully. We need to reinstate the conveyor belt on that one. Brilliant. There we go, we didn't have to move too much after all. Is that stacking any? So he's got 20. I think the best thing to do would be to check the pipes. That's got 1 and 1. Right, okay, so that is... So we have to boost that one, just to get rid of gases much faster. But then failing that, we could... I suppose that's doable. Let's look at doing that, shall we? Get rid of all that. Unity, remove all of it at the same time. Large smokestack. That should work there. And then we can connect that up with the pipes like so. Proper large smokestack there, look. Erin, stop making noise! So that should get things rocking and rolling without the need of the Unity. I'll just tell sis to stop banging on the stairs.
Daddy? Daddy?
What?
Can I have a play game on your phone? You're so good, Dad.
Take upstairs to mummy quick. So we've got another 18 people, 10 copper, 5 rubber and 10 diesel. Hooray. Clear the organic fertilizer. So the copper is building up slowly, good to see. What's going on here again? I suppose when I built this I should have put the output here just to stop that little bit, but again it is what it is. We can perhaps do that a bit later on. So that's producing 12, that's fine. I was just thinking whether we need to upgrade the belts, but I don't think we do. So I'd like to think that is going to start stacking now. We've got all that. Seems to be good. Copper, right. What's going on here? So the impure copper is coming out. Happy days. So that is, I would say, somewhat sorted. So if we remove the boost, what is this looking like? So yeah, that should, in theory then, make 480 maintenance parts. And it's saying our global need is 270 at the minute. So if that's taking 24 and that's taking 3. So, was that 24? 24. That's 36 plus that. So 39. Okay. Yeah, we are going to have to keep that. What? I can't hear you shout. I cannot hear you. Right. Well, that should save us a bit of Unity at very least. Just going to add some more mining areas perhaps. Get rid of that bit there. Again, we might as well add a ramp, I would say. Like that. And then we can excavate this large chunk too in the middle. Bro, so let's just check out the sorting facility. Rocks. We can get rid of the rocks. We don't want rocks. Rocks bad. So yeah, good little investment, one would say. Gee, what are you banging for? Hey, stop banging! So we can extend sort of over there, and again we can just start to flatten the area. The issue is we're going to get quite a bit of sand as well as rock. Alright, got loads of trucks there. Let's scrap you. So a large tree harvester. Yeah, see, I think we're right at the minute for the wood. I'm still struggling on the copper ore, which is interesting because you got some over there. So dirt and rock. Let's have a look over. What's this? Darn iron ore again. Right, well, we can get rid of a couple of those. Let's scrap you. Give us another perp. Jay, can you get that a can, please? So ideally we could do with these trees being cut down ASAP. So again, with the water, can we look at the layers? So we've got water over here that we could perhaps pump over. But the next closest water supply is somewhat of a distance away. Right, the water. Cool, so we are healthy in terms of reserve, which is good. How far does the water go this side? Yeah, so I was thinking about putting the farm somewhere there, but this coal deposit goes all the way that direction, so perhaps not the most wise. So I'm thinking the retaining wall perhaps for this mine could be somewhere there. I need to stop procrastinating and just find an area. That's what I need to do. We'll just need to hurry up and start mining. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are these trucks waiting for? Well, considering we added this extra tile there, I'm surprised the food has remained where it has. That's wood also. Again, we don't need salt. That's just a bit of a contingency should we need it. Okay. So yeah, it would be nice in the ideal world to perhaps have another 2 farms. But we're never going to get it in there. Yeah, it would be nice to get a couple. I'm going for that sort of placement-ish, roughly there. Again, that can, for the time being, just be potatoes. That'll buy us a bit of time. And then also we could perhaps look to go somewhere there. but there's obviously a few trees that will need to be removed. And then once that is the case, we can then start to look at things like mill and the baking unit to start giving us things like bread. And again, the variety then of food will help us with unity as well. How's our sorting plant looking? Full output. So I think this is 360 a minute. I think I'll upgrade that just to get the machine clear. There we go, that should mean it runs a lot smoother. Go with upgrading that one. So again, limestone. How many trucks have we got on that? 3. We're not going to need 3. Corn farming is unlocked. So what can we look at now? We'll go with that. Cargo 2. And ship's bridge, why not? See, I'm not really sure then why the ore sorting machine was, well, initially switched off. I mean, to me, it's a great asset. The only thing I can think of is perhaps it's disabled for more of the lower end performance type PCs. That, I don't know, but other buildings and stuff are also, excuse me, animated. I don't see why that would be. But there we are. Nonetheless, it's working fine. I suppose what we could perhaps look to do once we're a bit further in the game is perhaps have a few more of these set up, essentially designated to each mining tower. That perhaps be a good shout, but again, for the time being, I think this is the central location, and right now we've got other things that the workers can be used for. So we are out of copper. What I'll look to do is we shall boost that. Hopefully that will give us a bit of a queue of copper ore, as in molten copper ore. Because that consumes 12. So does that. So yeah, I think it's just the delay in having the copper ore delivered caused a bit of a backlog. Yeah, there we go. That's what we sort of need to see. Glowing red. And then once it sort of gets to this corner, we can switch it off. again. In fact, before we start doing that bit then, or that bit, might as well start over here. Obviously there's going to be quite a bit of rock in this bit. Perhaps we can allow us to replace upgrade this vehicle. A requested replacement will be scheduled in assembly. So yeah, let's do that. We can replace that excavator, so it loads the trucks much faster. And 2 trees, and then we can get the extra farm in that little gap. Wowzers, we're glowing across the board. Perhaps we can start to Unity build these bits and the bobs, as well as that, just to get some reserves of copper. Corn farming, brill, we can get rid of that. That'll unlock, I think it's called the corn mash. There we go, the iron has well and truly been stocked, which is a good sight. We welcome that. Concrete blocks, that's also full. Again, another good sight to see. Suppose we need to start planning what we're going to be looking at next. Exhaust filtration. Incineration. There's obviously lots to do. So we've got a couple of bits queued, so we won't worry about that just yet. Have we got any trucks that are spare? You are one. We'll get rid of you. Just try to conserve a bit of... I can repair that actually. Yeah, we can try to conserve a bit of diesel. You know, save the planet, all that. Why is the waste still? I suppose what we can do then is just look to... We can put a bit of a liquid storage in something there like that. I might as well move it over here. Bang. Pipe. Onto that. Build. Build. So that should help with our wastewater keep empty. Should help the settlement somewhat. Small excavator has no fuel. Ship was fully repaired. Good. And then, was there some upgrades? Fuel tank, gun, ship engine, fuel tank, armor plating, ship bridge. No. There's our new excavator rolling off the construction line. And we'll just fast forward the time just so we can watch that. Okay, so Unity is helping with the copper no end. That's good. And that excavator. Is there. Brilliant. So that excavator is now waiting for the trucks. So the trucks should be out delivering. There we are. Okay, what I think I'll do then is I'm going to end today's session somewhere about there. Again, just what I like to do is to recap pretty much what we've done. In my head, There's so much more I want to get done each episode, but time just whizzes by and I can never get through what I intend to do. But you know, my old motto is there's always tomorrow. So just to recap then, we have rejigged sort of this construction area here. We've made things slightly more efficient with adding an additional blast furnace. What's full on that? Okay, it's that. So yes, we've got an additional blast furnace now to help with our iron upkeep, and then we've got another blast furnace that we've sort of squeezed in the gap there without having to move too much of the infrastructure in and around that area. We've upgraded the excavator over there, as well as implemented a few more medium-sized trucks. We've cleared a bit of a clearing through there in terms of planning for the farm. The main feature of this episode was reviewing and looking at the ore sorter, which, as I say, is working wonders now. We've got it up and running. But again, if you do have any questions, then please feel free to comment if you're watching on YouTube, or messaging me on either Twitch or YouTube, not a problem. And then I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. But hopefully at some point tomorrow afternoon I shall be online once more, so hopefully I'll try and catch a few more of you, and for those that have tuned in today, thank you very much. Again, as ever, I'm sure everyone gets sick to death of hearing streamers pleading for subscribers and likes, but again, it is the only way that the channel does grow, and without growing the channel there's not much point me sitting here talking to myself. So for those that do come across, please subscribe, like and follow. Other than that, have a good evening, and I'll catch you when I do. Thank you.